Boom, baby. We are live. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 751. We're talking about a very bullish thing that's happening right now. President Trump is speaking at the Bitcoin conference. He already had his speech earlier tonight. I have not watched it. We're going to do a live reaction, but I do know some of the crucial talking points that are really bullish, in my opinion, for the overall cryptocurrency space. As you guys know, I've been involved in cryptocurrency since 2016, and I'm quite the OG in the game. That being said, we're going to go ahead and break down everything on that full speech today. You're not going to want to miss out on that. But don't forget, this upcoming August 1st, we are going live with the Masculine Empowerment Network. Check that out right here.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, MLD, and I'm back today with a special message for you. But before I get going, I just want to ask you one quick question. Are you ready for a massive change in your life? Right now, looking at the state of the world, I'm happy to say that we are making progress. I believe that we are winning the culture war, and I do believe that there are greener pastures ahead, despite all of the propaganda that is designed to make you feel disenfranchised and, quite frankly, black-pilled. The elites and the people who are controlling the world are absolutely losing ground to men like us who desire quality life, to be free, and to have choice in our dating, relationships, financial success, and so much more. And I want to make the opportunity available for you to get your piece of the pie. And that's why I'm here to talk to you once again about the Masculine Empowerment Network. Starting on August 1st, we are beginning enrollment for the 2024 calendar year. And this is my personal community that is dedicated to elevating your life in 4 aspects that I believe are the most important for men: money, muscles, game, and frame. This network has been operational since 2019, and our members have exceeded over 10,000 men across the globe, and we are only growing stronger and better every single year. As you know, I recently took a little bit of a break from YouTube, but I was offline training my elite group of members in my community. And I'm back now with a refined approach, re-energized and ready to attack and help give you the life that you want. The Masculine Empowerment Network is a 3-part program. And I'm happy to say this time I'm going to be introducing my first ever total dating mastery hybrid course, which is a culmination of all of my previous courses, including body language mastery, SALT, the dark pass, and pandemic pickup. This course is engineered to help you master text message game, online dating apps, cold approach, vetting a woman, helping put her on your rotation, or vetting her to be your girlfriend and or wife. This is a gigantic value that I've been putting together for the longest time, and I'm putting the best pieces from all my courses in this hybrid course that is aimed to make you walk away from all of your dating troubles for the rest of your life. The second part of Masculine Empowerment Network is our live webinar training. Starting on August 12th, we will be engaging in 20 webinars, which each have no time limit, which is going to be led by me and my team of men from the Masculine Empowerment Network, talking to you about the core fundamentals of money, muscles, game, and frame to help you maximize your potential as a man, so you no longer have to feel defeated, depressed, alone, unworthy, and plagued with tons of negative thoughts. These will be starting at 9 p.m. Eastern and 9 a.m. Eastern every single day, Monday to Friday, from August 12th to August 23rd. If you can't attend them live, that's okay, because they're going to be recorded and you'll be able to watch them for the rest of your life. In addition to that, after every session, we have an open Q&A panel, which allows you to directly ask your question to the leader who is speaking that day in his area of excellence, whether it's money, muscles, game, or frame. Every man will get his questions answered, and no man will be left behind. In addition to that is our Masculine Empowerment Network Telegram chat. This is where you will be able to network with other high-value men around the world in order to grow your personal power as well as the other members of the group. We have had so many men from so many different walks of life. I'm talking millionaires, doctors, Navy SEALs, you name it. We have had them all through the Masculine Empowerment Network, and they are all very high-level guys that are added to the group. This is open 24 hours where you have immediate and direct access to me and all my leaders in the community to help answer your questions simply at the palm of your hands. If you have problems with your text message game, send a text message screenshot. We'll look at it and we'll tell you what to do. You want to look good for your next photo shoot? Send us the outfits. Try them on. We'll tell you if you look good. We'll tell you if you look bad. Are you feeling down, depressed, feeling worthless, feeling like you have just endless anxiety? Talk to us. We'll get you through it. That's what we've been doing since 2019, and we're only getting better as the years go on. It's a group of positive men that are all unified under one cause, and that is getting better at our lives and maximizing our approach to self-improvement. This will be available immediately as well. So as soon as you sign up, you're going to have a link, click on that, and you're in there. The third part of the Masculine Empowerment Network is our Masculine Empowerment Network database. Since 2019, we have recorded every single webinar we have ever done with all the big names across the masculine self-improvement space. And if you miss a webinar, it's okay because it's going to be put on that database. And in addition to that, you're going to have access to 4 complete years of training to catch you up and really have your own personal positive feed of masculine self-development where you can watch and see other men just like you on their masculine journey of self-improvement to help you feel like you're not alone and to answer all of your questions directly. With those 3 parts, that is what we are putting together with the Masculine Empowerment Network. However, I do have a bonus for you. For the first time ever, I am proud to announce that if you sign up for the Masculine Empowerment Network, you will be allowed to attend the Hawaii Masculine Empowerment Network Retreat. This will be only available to men who have joined the community, and we are going to be having a self-development live live-in training seminar in Honolulu, Hawaii, and it's going to be so amazing. As you know, we just did so many live events in Tokyo, Manila, and Orlando, Florida, and I really, truly believe that the power of us coming together and uniting and networking and learning and growing together is the most powerful asset you can ever have in the entire world. Join us, join our brotherhood, and know that we will not judge you, we will not put you down. We are all coming together to lift each other up and ascend to new heights as we march forward into what I believe to be a very, very bright future. And that leads me to my final point. For the first time ever in the history of the Masculine Empowerment Network, we are now adding a recruitment bonus where I will be paying you cash for bringing somebody who has never signed up to the Masculine Empowerment Network before. That's right. If you bring somebody to sign up for the Masculine Empowerment Network, I will pay you 50% of their sign-up fee after we complete the webinars and we get everybody on board, because I truly believe that this is now the time to reach out to the brothers out there who want to help other people and reward you for doing the right thing, for growing the network, and continuing to win with me in the culture war. So don't forget, on August 1st, we are starting enrollment, and enrollment is only available for 5 days because we have to start the training on August 12th. So if that's something you're interested in, you are on the screen right now, or masculineempowermentnetwork.com and get on the waiting list, because enrollment will be done through email starting August 1st. I look forward to hanging out with you in the sun in Hawaii, teaching you in those webinars, and helping you in the Telegram chat, and so much more. Till then, I'll see you next time.
That's right. We're cooking on August 1st, this upcoming Thursday. It's right around the corner. Real quick, take a look at the screen here. You'll see what you get when you sign up. You got all these bonuses and so much more. The most important thing is it's a group of guys that want to change. If you want to change, if you want to level up, if you want to be around a group of guys that want to do better, this is for you. Okay. Again, I've been saying it over and over and over again. This is not a YouTube channel for entertainment or whatever the case may be, regarding to, your certain internet celebrities that you choose to follow or whatever. But this channel, we are all about change. This is not about just watching. This is about interacting. This is about meeting people in real life. This is about truly coming together and actually leveling up in life, doing your best that you possibly can do. All these bonuses here are available. You get a Telegram chat as soon as you sign up, right? And there's going to be a bunch of us in there. And then you're going to get 20 live webinars on money, muscles, game, and frame. This is when we have an expert in each of these areas come and talk about it on the webinars. And then we have a Q&A after the webinars. And these are unlimited time. These typically go 2 to 3 hours, okay? If you cannot attend live, they will be recorded and stored on a database with 300 plus hours of training content previously filmed all the way since 2019. You get my new course, which is a hybrid of all my previous courses. The best of the best put into there to help you really just solve your dating problems. Total Dating Mastery video course. And then in the Dating Mastery course, you get text game, day game, how to spot a cheater, how to know she likes you, and read her body language. All very, very, very valuable tools. So go to masculineempowermentnetwork.com. Go ahead and you could scan that QR code in the top right hand of your screen, or just go to masculineempowermentnetwork.com and get on the waiting list. Join us. It's going to be great. It is indeed going to be great. How's everybody doing today? Happy Saturday to all of you here live with me on YouTube. Appreciate you guys for showing up today. A couple of channel announcements. Don't forget, I am on X, so please go and follow me on X. MLD Motivation. MLD Motivation. Go ahead and follow me right there. You can take a look at the screen. And you can see this is... Oh, what the hell? Oh, here we go. There we go. Right there. MLD Motivation. Okay. That's me. We're rocking at a massive 735 followers, as you know, just crippling the world with my fame. This is like my 16th or 17th account. And don't forget, we're also on Instagram. Interview with a man. Interview with a man. Send me a message if you're over there. Shout out to all the guys on Instagram watching live. And then also my personal account, Hot Dude Life. Go follow me on Hot Dude Life. So, couple things. First things first, we did free consultation Friday yesterday, but I don't know if you guys know, but I played that really satanic opening from the Paris Olympics, and it was copyright striked down by them. They're having a huge backlash against that. There was a grown man there with his testicle popping out of his underwear next to a little girl. And the guy who was in charge of this thing, he's some 42-year-old Jewish French guy named Thomas Jolly. And, gay people have a history of like taking shots at Christianity because Christianity doesn't fight back. And then, they feel like outsiders. They feel like, oh, I can't be a Christian because I'm gay or whatever the case may be. So they build resentment. And that's why they have a history of doing all these, vile acts against a religion. And now there's a huge backlash, and they're trying their best to scrub that from the internet. Can you believe these people? What a time to be alive. I got to say, it is an interesting time to be alive, but it's also the best time to be alive if you play your cards right. And we're going to talk about that here regarding Donald Trump speaks at Bitcoin 2024 in Tennessee. This is huge. This is a big speech, and he talks about a lot of things. I love watching Donald speak personally. He inspires me. I think he's a great source of inspiration. He teaches, he has a great book called Never Give Up, and he's a great inspirational man. and really so excited to see him win the presidency. And I really think there's going to be an economic boom when he gets into office. There's no doubt in my mind that there will be a gigantic economic boom when that man gets into office. There's seriously not even 1% of a doubt in my mind. Okay. So that being said, let's take a look at the show today. Got some good news for you guys too. I don't know if you saw it on my, Instagram yesterday, but we've got fiber optic internet in the house. So we're uploading and downloading at 1 gigabyte a second. So pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Yes, and Donald Trump's kids are not crackheads. The official account deleted the opening ceremony. And then now there's a power outage in Paris. So I don't know if it's related to God or Mossad, or going to try and do some false flag attack and say it was Iran so we could go to war. But let's take a look at what Donald had to say here. I'm going to react to this live. I've not watched this yet, but I've heard some. I know some of the talking points. Let's go on right away.
Hello, it's good to be with you.
First time a president has actually, former president and currently running president has went and spoke at Bitcoin 2024. And if you remember, in 2020, during the midst of all the chaos of the pandemic and whatnot, Trump came out and he was speaking against Bitcoin, right? Because he just really didn't understand it yet. I don't know who got into his ear, but he realized that this is a big voting block, and people love this guy. People truly love this guy. And then also there's a coin on Solana. I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's a meme coin that's been launching after he had an attempt on his life. And it's called DMAGA, stands for Dark MAGA. And let me just check that real quick. How are we doing? Yeah. It's $9 million market cap. It got up quite high. It was up to I think almost 100 million at one point. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, DMAGA on Bird Eye. You can check it out. But anyways, let's continue here.
It's good to be with you. So, Secret Service just told me, sir, would like a little more time. I said, you take all the time you want. You can take 2 hours, 3 hours, the hell with the people that have been waiting out here. But I'm sure they don't mind either. But it is a great honor. And a lot of things are happening in the world. We just heard, you probably heard, that Israel was just attacked, very severely attacked. And
whatever will we do?
Looks like. And this is things that won't happen. I mean, you just can't.
So here's the thing, right? Like guys like you, Soren, when you're like, Trump is a Jewish puppet, all that needs to be said. I don't care. I just want him to win because I know the economy is going to boom and I know crypto is going to rip. That's the only thing I care about right there. You know, nothing more, nothing less.
They have to respect us. They have to respect. They cannot do this. They cannot do this. What they did just now with that attack is terrible. Just happened. And so to all, God bless everybody. This is so serious. They have to respect our country. This would never have happened with us. And we just cannot let it continue. So we just wish them all a lot of luck. This happened to us as I'm walking on the stage. Most of you have heard about it, but it's a terrible thing. But I'm thrilled to be here in Nashville.
For you guys that freak out, Trump is a Jewish puppet. Okay, so what? Cancel the live stream, turn off the show. What do I do now? Tell me. What's the next step? You're in charge of the show now, pal. What's the next step? Let me know. I'm just here.
To become the first American president ever to address a Bitcoin event anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. I want to thank David Bailey for inviting me. Special guy. You know, this whole love affair sort of started. David, about 4 months ago, was at Mar-a-Lago. I took a picture with him. I mean, he's a nice looking guy. He's okay. It's out here someplace. But I took a picture. It got published, Trump and David Bailey. all of a sudden your industry went through the roof. So David, congratulations. Whatever the hell you do, you did a hell of a job. But as well as all of the Bitcoin luminaries and legends here, you have a legends in this room. They really are. Congratulations. Would the legends please stand up? Oh, everyone's standing anyway. That's nice. I used to say, sit down, everybody, sit down. But it's nice when they stand, including Tyler and Cameron. Do you know who that is? Winklevoss. These are great guys. They look like male models with a brain, you know? They're male models with a big, beautiful brain.
That's funny.
Michael Saylor is here.
Good name.
Kathy Wood. Ron Paul and Rand Paul are here. Vivek is here. Vivek Ramaswamy. Where's Vivek? Where are you, Vivek? There he is. He's great. A man that I call Bob, but you probably know him as Kid Rock. Where's Kid Rock? Where is he? He's great. He's a good guy and a talented guy and another talented guy. He was so...
As my comment in the chat before you started, where did the DOJ... I think they seized it from Silk Road.
8 firemen who was killed. Fire chief killed a week and a half ago at the rally. And Billy Ray Cyrus went and played music for the family, and it was supposed to be so incredible. I've heard so many things about it. And Billy Ray Cyrus is here. Where's Billy Ray? He's around here someplace. And he's great. He's a conservative guy. Said, how did you get such a liberal daughter? How did that happen, Billy Ray? And by the way, Kid Rock was incredible at the convention. You probably saw him. You saw him? He was great. He was great. Another one, Jake Paul. You don't want to fight this guy. You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today. But he's a fantastic guy, very talented guy in a lot of ways. Governor Joe Lombardo, who's fantastic, and we're doing well in his state. And he's going to make sure that there's no hanky-panky going on. And if that happens, we're going to win his great state. But you know who he is, and he's a fantastic governor. Senators Bill Hagerty, Marsha Blackburn, Cynthia Lummis.
These are all like strategic endorsements. I'm just going to skip this.
And so many shows. I want to thank him. Special Bill, Senator from Ogle, Green and French Hill. Here, Bernie's doing well. Great woman. Steve Witkoff and reporters from the beginning. Truly brilliant men of war, distinguished guests. We have a lot of other crypto. We have to talk about Bitcoin. We have to talk about all these great companies. But our country is blessed to have...
I'll say this. They were telling the press, saying that Kamala Harris was going to go to Bitcoin 2024. Whoever even made that announcement is so out of touch. She would have been booed off the stage. Those dudes would have fucking booed her so hardcore because they absolutely hate the Democrats and all their crazy, insane regulations on cryptocurrency that they're trying to make it unusable. They're trying to make it irrelevant so that they can continue their dominance with the dollar. But the thing is, with these cryptocurrencies, man, you know, if you play your cards right, you could live off the grid with cryptocurrency. Like, no one would know about you. It would be impossible for the IRS to track you down or whatever tax agency. Like, they don't want you to know that, but it is totally possible. And there are people doing it all over the world right now.
The extraordinary talent, energy, and genius represented in this room. It really is great genius. Not all of you, but most of you, many of you. But this is the kind of spirit that built America, and this is the spirit that's going to help us make America great again. That's what we're doing. I stand before you today filled with respect and admiration for what the Bitcoin community has achieved. It's incredible, actually. I sort of say to my sons, it's like incredible because they know so much about it. They're so aware of it, much more so than people that are a little bit older. But I say this is the steel industry of 100 years ago. It really is. I think you're just in your infancy. I can see it happening. In just 15 years, Bitcoin has gone from merely an idea posted anonymously on an internet message board to being the 9th most valuable asset anywhere in the world. Can you believe that? Is that right? That's a big deal. Think of that. It's already bigger than ExxonMobil. Soon it will be surpassing the entire market cap of silver. It's not bad. How about gold? How about gold? Let's go gold. And one day it probably will overtake gold, but based on the way it's going now, it could very well be a possibility. There's never been anything like it, and I don't think you've ever seen anything like it. And most people have no idea what the hell it is. You know that, right? So what happens when they figure it out? That's going to really be something. Bitcoin is not just a marvel of technology. As you know, it's a miracle of cooperation and human achievement. And a lot of relationships that are formed. I just did a meeting, a roundtable with a lot of the leaders, and it's amazing. There's a great camaraderie. It's really interesting. There's competition, but there's a relationship, there's a friendship that's developed with a lot of these people. I noticed it. I don't usually see that too often. I see the opposite, actually. They want to get each other. They want to kill each other. These guys have a great feeling. Very smart people, too. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished. This room is amazing. The people in this room, high IQ individuals. I'm running against a low IQ individual, her. I'm not even talking about him, her. I got a low IQ individual. The reason I've come to address the Bitcoin community today can be summed up in 2 very simple words: America first. Because if we don't do it, China's going to be doing, others are going to be doing it. Let's do it and do it right.
Very true.
My vision is for an America that dominates the future. We have the best economy, the highest standard of living, the safest and most beautiful cities. And by the way, when I say safest, our cities are going to hell right now. Our cities are going to hell. We're going to fix our cities. We're going to work with Democrats that have destroyed our cities, but we'll work with them, and we're going to get our cities back. We're going to bring our country back. And we really were the freest and the most ambitious, most dynamic nation ever to exist on Earth, and we're going to get that back again, because we're not there now. We're a nation in decline. You know it. We know it. Doesn't sound nice, but it's okay, because we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back fast. Right now, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what's happened. Even today, when you look at what we just said, that would never have happened if they respected our country. If we don't embrace crypto and Bitcoin technology, China will, other countries will, they'll dominate, and we cannot let China dominate. They are making too much progress as it is, and we want them to be successful. I don't want China to be successful, but we have to be the most successful. That's what's gonna happen. I want the United States to be first in technology, first in science, first in manufacturing, first in artificial intelligence, and first in space. You know, at MIT, my uncle was a professor there, Dr. John Trump. He would have fit in with this room very nicely, actually. That's why I mention it. And I believe he was the longest serving professor in the history of MIT. He graduated. We have a very intelligent family, actually. He graduated tremendously. I think he has 3 different degrees, but they said, would you like to stay on, John, and be a professor? Well, I've got a lot of offers, I assume he said, but I've got a lot of offers. Well, he was there for, I believe, 41 years. When I was in the White House, the head of MIT came to see me, and they presented me with a book on my uncle. He was a legendary guy in the academic world and in the world of MIT. So I understand a lot about what you're doing, and I have great respect for highly intelligent people. And you are highly intelligent. America's destiny is to lead our rivals in everything and to surrender our industries to no one, You know, some of you are involved with AI, but you also have the same thing. You need a thing called electricity. You need a lot of electricity. You know, AI needs to be really dominant And China can do it much easier. We have environmental impact statements to do, but we're going to do things that nobody thought were possible. You need tremendous amounts of electricity. You need double the electricity of the entire electricity that we have right now in the United States to dominate. And we'll get that done. Who would think we can get that done? But we're going to get it done. We'll be having power plants built at the sites. We'll be releasing people from certain ridiculous requirements. And we'll be using fossil fuel to make electricity because we're going to have to. We'll be using nuclear. We'll be doing it in an environmentally friendly way. But we will be creating so much electricity that you'll be saying, please, please, President, we don't want any more electricity. We can't stand it. You'll be begging me, no more electricity, sir. We have enough. We have enough. You know, in the Midwest, they just opened, it was very interesting. They just opened up 2 chargers, you know, a charger for the electric cars. And you know, I love Elon. He's great. He endorsed me and great endorsement and everything else. But not everybody has to have an electric car. I told him that. So we're going to get rid of that mandate, if you don't mind. Some people want gasoline-propelled cars. Some people want a hybrid. And some people like an electric car. They're great. I think they're great. I think what he's done is great. And I think he understands it. I guess he probably wouldn't have endorsed me. He knows where I am on this. But he did. And it's just like they did these chargers in the Midwest. There are 8 of them. They spent $9 billion to build 8 chargers to charge up a car. And at that rate, it would cost approximately $12 trillion to put the chargers around. Somehow that's not working. The country would have to file for Chapter 11. We'll do a chapter, you know, it's called Chapter 7 instead of a Chapter 11, but it's the equivalent. No, we have to use our brain. We are the party of common sense, okay? We have to have common sense, but what we do have to do is we have to produce tremendous electric for AI and for all of the other things, including the things that you're doing, and we'll get it produced, and we're going to get it produced fast, or we're not going to be able to compete with China and other countries. So we're going to get it produced fast.
Yeah. Apparently, China's going to lift their ban on Bitcoin soon.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made.
My mom always tells me I'll be president. It's so funny. My mom's a huge fan of me. That's great.
In the USA, it's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon. I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen.
That's right, Paul.
No, you're going to be very happy with me. You're going to be so happy. You're going to say he's the greatest guy. That's why I'm proud to be the first major party nominee in American history to accept donations in Bitcoin and crypto. And they've made a lot of them, I might tell you, and I appreciate it. Since we made that announcement on May 21st, we have already raised $25 million, much of it in Bitcoin, crypto, and others that are very, very good also. But as you know, our excitement about the future of Bitcoin and crypto could not be more difficult from the approach of our opponents. Can't be, look, our opponents have gone a difficult route. They're going old-fashioned stuff. We're going to take it right down the middle. We are so different from anybody else in terms of a campaign. First of all, we understand it. They don't understand it. They are blocking your path. They're blocking your way. But I've made it a lot easier for you because the SEC has been very, very tough on you. And now they see that you've embraced me. All of a sudden, people that were under investigation, they're being let go. They say, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We love crypto. Let me tell you, if they win this election, every one of you will be gone. They will be vicious. They will be ruthless. They will do things that you wouldn't believe. But right now, because of me, they're leaving you alone. So please say thank you, President Trump. Thank you very much. And the reason they're doing that is I've heard from some of your great geniuses that talk to me about this subject. I've heard from Vivek. 175 million people in some form are involved with this world of crypto and Bitcoin and all of the others. 175 million.
That's nothing compared to the population of the world. It is so early right now for crypto. That's why I keep on talking about it. And then, there's so many bad influencers out there too. Like you guys saw what happened with BitBoy, obviously the other idiots, and it's just so much bad information out there. So many people getting paid to shill garbage. A lot of these guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, I don't know. If you really know your stuff inside and out of crypto, you can make so much money, man. You can make seriously so much money.
So when they heard that, they said, let's be nice to them, at least until after the election.
Jim, you're great. I love you.
So I've taken a lot of pressure off a lot of people. A lot of people are very happy today that about 3 months ago weren't so thrilled. For 3.5 years, is that right? Look, he just said that's right.
Trust me.
And you know it's right. For 3.5 years, the current administration has waged a war on crypto and Bitcoin like nobody's ever seen before. For those who work in this industry, they target your banks. They choke off your financial services. Have people seen that? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did it to me.
They have. Plenty of hands up. They block ordinary Americans from transferring money to your exchanges. They slander you as criminals. But that happened to me too, because I said the election was rigged. He said the election was rigged. He should spend the rest of his life in jail for making that statement. Of course, they say it about us, and it's okay, right? No. And by the way, we're doing very well in the election. We lost a candidate recently, crooked Joe Biden. And I thought, we lost this wonderful person. He's actually a terrible human being, if you want to know the truth, so don't feel sorry. And we have another he's a worse human being. And I sort of made an analogy last night. Last night, think of this, I was speaking in front of a very powerful and very strong, very religious group, Christians, evangelicals, Christians. And then today I come in front of Bitcoin, and now I'm going to Minnesota to do a rally. You think my life is so great, don't you, huh? But I cover a lot of territory. I go from religion to Bitcoin to a rally. And I don't get it mixed up like other people do.
Right.
Where they come out and they say, may God bless everybody involved in the Bitcoin world. But actually, we mean that because you need blessing, because you've got to do something very spectacular. But we had an incredible time last night.
Yeah. Who's got a red pill lion NFT?
Talking to Christians, largely Christians, a Christian group. And this is so great. And then we have a very big rally in Minnesota.
Vic Bish, you are so wrong and so deceived. It's funny. Everybody's going to see the truth soon. You'll see.
So there hasn't been one since 1972. Richard Nixon, can you believe it? And I think we're leading Minnesota. But there's some hanky-panky that goes on in Minnesota, but I think we're doing good. So we're going to leave here. We're going to go there for a big rally, but this is such an honor to be with you. Sadly, when we see the attacks on crypto, it's a part of a much larger pattern that's being carried out by the same left-wing fascists who weaponize government against any threat to their power. They've done it to me. Did you see I just won the big case in Florida? Thank you very much. The big case. Thank you very much. Good. Now it's a big case. That was the document case. I have Presidential Records Act.
That's a good question, Jim. MLD, what's up with the proposal to hold Bitcoin in the Treasury? Will this put America back on something like fractional? I don't think it'll put us back on fractional gold reserve, but I mean, I'm not trying to get too black-pilled or whatever, but the whole financial system is like heading towards bankruptcy. It's all a scam. Like the only thing they can do is keep printing money and keep this whole scam going. But something has to change down the road. But this can't continue. It's going to get worse. Inflation is inevitable. Hyperinflation is inevitable. All fiat currencies fail. It doesn't work. So I don't know. That's something that's very interesting. Very interesting to look at the future. But I do think that cryptocurrency does play a part in this all. You know, central banks are just not a root problem.
On my side, Biden didn't. By the way, Biden, they said, here's what they said. They said, he's guilty as hell, but we're not going to charge him because he's incompetent. I won the case the old-fashioned way. It's called you win. I wouldn't have wanted to win the way he won. Trump won the case because they called him incompetent. Think of this. So they called him incompetent. So he's incompetent to run for trial, to stand trial, but he's not incompetent to run the country. How does that work? But he's not doing it anymore because he didn't do particularly well in the debate. Did anybody watch the debate? Not too many people. Somebody said to me, you did horribly in the debate. I said, why? He said, because there's no way he can continue forward. That's how bad he was. I said, I understand that, and that's exactly what happened, actually. We had a great debate. It was a tremendous debate, actually, and since then, hey, look, you have to open the eyes. You have to see what's going on. We have a country to run. The problem is that Kamala is worse than Joe. She's worse. She's a radical left lunatic, defund the police, all of the different things. And so far she's got a little honeymoon going on right now. But when people hear about her, and she's against crypto, by the way, and she's against it very big. So I just want to let you know, you got to get out. You got to get out and vote. It should be no surprise that these.
And then after this event took place, or like I think right before the event started, Kamala Harris and her team are now reaching out to multiple crypto avenues, and they're trying to kind of rebuild her reputation. This was on Watcher Guru about 8 hours ago. Let me pull it up for you guys, show you the proof. But yeah, because she is just terrible. Yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna fucking do this. Just gonna share. Guys, tell me real quick, double check something here. Just let me know. Can you hear this right now? Nothing, eh? Okay, hold on. Okay, how about now?
Doing obliterating Bitcoin. The reason could not be more clear, because Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government, coercion, and control. The Biden-Harris administration's repression of crypto and Bitcoin is wrong, and it's very bad for our country. It's really quite un-American. As you know, 6 days ago, we officially defeated the worst president in the history of the United States. I believe he was the worst president in the history of the United States. Think of it. Millions and millions of people have come into our country. They've come in from jails. They've come in from, think of it, insane asylums, mental institutions. They've come in as terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now. The same people that you just heard about from Israel, that did that in Israel, they're coming in and nobody checks them. Nobody knows what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. They've lost control of our country, and only bad things can happen. So it's not going to be that way. We're not going to let that happen. We're beating them, and we're beating them badly, and we have to make sure that we do. We need to do it for our country. And you can't just be a fighter and have your man lose the fight, or woman, but in this case, a man. He's losing the fight. He's down by 15, 16, 17 points. They say that you're not going to win, Joe. You got to get out. He didn't want to get out. He said, I'm not getting out. He said, you're getting out. He said, I'm not getting out. I got 14 million votes. I'm not getting out. They said, if you're not getting out, we're going to institute the 25th Amendment on your mental competence. He said, like I said before, I think I'm going to get out. Okay? And they got him out. But it's like, think of this. You fight. You're in a
And sources say it was Obama that gave Kamala the green light on that, because Obama is really still trying to run things behind the screens.
campaign. You spend a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and he's losing. And then they say, let's take him out of the fight. We'll put a new fighter in there. The new fighter is her, probably my second choice. He will always be my first choice, but she'd be my second choice. And again, if we don't win this race, and I know you're not that political, but you have to be political because your whole thing, I mean, you have a lot of politics involved in what you do. If we don't win this race, this country could be finished as we know it. This country is going to be in bad shape, and we have to be in there. We have to fight, and we have to win. And I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be over. It will end. It'll be done. It'll be done. The moment I'm sworn in, the persecution stops and the weaponization ends against your industry. And as long as I'm in the Oval Office, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, do you remember? Yes, I'm an Indian. She said, I'm an Indian. Why are you an Indian? You don't look like an Indian. No, my mother told me I have high cheekbones. Oh, that's why she was an Indian. So I named her Pocahontas. Elizabeth Warren and her goons, and she's very nasty to you. She hates your people. She hates everything about you. Will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to.
And she's been anti-crypto since 2017. Elizabeth Warren is useless.
SEC chairman.
Oh,
Everything about you. Will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to let it grow. We're going to let it grow. On day one, I will fire Gary Gaysler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
you guys don't know, Gary Gaysler, okay, is the slimiest, weaseliest little beta male creep of a man you could ever fucking see. I mean, and he is so anti-Bitcoin. He is a pawn of the Democratic Party, and this little weasel here has been making it so hard for crypto to get off of its feet. They just retracted their lawsuit against Ethereum as well. As you can see, he's just a slimy little weasel of a man. You can just look at the physiognomy. Come on, guys. It just takes not real common sense to identify this. Everybody in crypto hates this guy. He's a little pawn, and you know, everybody wants him gone because he's just stopping crypto from taking off.
I didn't know he was that unpopular. Wow. I didn't know he was that unpopular. Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gaysler. Whoa. And we'll appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing. And Kamala Harris wants to make him Treasury Secretary. That's not good. That's not good. He was Hillary Clinton's finance person. Did you know that? Crooked Hillary. Remember Crooked Hillary? Do you remember her? Anybody remember? He was the finance chairman of Hillary Clinton's campaign against a gentleman known as Donald Trump. Not a popular person within the... Actually, she came to my wedding. Do you know that? To our great First Lady, Melania. She came to our wedding, and Bill came to our wedding. But it's amazing things when you run for office, a lot of things change in your life. A lot of things change. As president, I will immediately shut down Operation Choke Point 2.0. They want to choke you. They want to choke you out of business. We're not going to let that happen. And no longer will your government sit by and watch as Bitcoin jobs and businesses flee to other countries because America's laws are.
That's what that is. It's a government-backed effort to discourage TradFi from getting involved in crypto. They're trying to stonewall crypto, and that's what he's saying he's got to get rid of.
Too unclear and too tough and too angry and too stiff. We will keep each and every Bitcoin job in the United States of America. That's what we're going to be doing. Upon taking office, I will immediately appoint a Bitcoin and crypto presidential advisory council. Would anybody like to be on that particular council? Please raise your hand. Their task will be to design transparent regulatory guidance for the benefit of the entire industry, and they will get it done in 100 days. We will have regulations, but from now on, the rules will be written by people who love your industry, not hate your industry, people that want to make it clear and simple, straightforward and fair, people that want to see your industry thrive, not dive. Next, I will immediately order the Treasury Department and other federal agencies to cease and desist all steps necessary because, you know, there's a thing going on in your industry. They want to move the creation of a central bank digital currency. It's over. Forget it. CBDC. There will never be a CBDC while I'm president of the United States. And I will always defend the right to self-custody. Self-custody. You're going to have a great industry. You're going to have a great industry, and we're going to be fuel for your industry, not demolish your industry. America will once again be a nation that protects property rights, privacy, freedom of transaction, freedom of association, and freedom of speech. We're going to go back to the old days when we were a nation that was building, not a nation that was eating itself alive from within. As part of our effort to provide regulatory clarity, we will create a framework to enable the safe and responsible expansion of stable coins. Do you know what a stable coin is? Does anybody know? Please raise your hand. Allowing us to extend the dominance of the US dollar to new frontiers all around the world. America will be richer, the world will be better, and there will be billions and billions of people brought into crypto economy and storing their savings in Bitcoin. So that's the way it is. That's pretty much the way it is. Those who say that Bitcoin is a threat to the dollar have the story exactly backwards. I believe it is exactly backwards. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The behavior of the current US government is really threatening the dollar. The danger to our financial future does not come from crypto. It comes from Washington, D.C. It comes from trillions of dollars in waste, rampant inflation, and open borders while giving welfare and free health care to all of the illegal aliens that are pouring into our country by the millions and millions and millions. It comes from printing hundreds of billions of dollars to fund endless wars overseas while our cities are like combat zones here at home. 2 weeks ago in Chicago, 117 people were shot and 17 died. Afghanistan doesn't have anything like that. You know, you think about tough places. Look at what's happening with our cities. What's happening in the last 3 years, last 3.5 years. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Think of it, 117 over 4th of July weekend, 117 people were shot and 17 died. This is the United States of America? I don't think so. By the way, when I was president, we had no wars. We had no new wars. We didn't start any. Remember when Hillary said, he'll start wars. Look at his personality. No, I said, my personality will keep us out of wars. But we finished off some of the old ones like ISIS, which they said would take 5 years to do, maybe more. We did it in 4 weeks. We beat ISIS in 4, because we have a great military. And it's not a woke military, by the way. Maybe some of the people on top are woke, but this is not a woke. I got to see that first when I looked at what they did and what they did for me, they were unbelievable. They did things that nobody thought were possible. Our real generals and our soldiers, there's no woke. They're trying to get them to be woke, but these people are not going to go woke. I can guarantee you that. With your support this November, we will restore confidence and we will restore common sense to our nation's capital. Because ultimately, it is about, it's not, are you conservative? Are you liberal? Are you progressive? They like progressive. It sounds so nice, right? It'll destroy our country. It's actually become a terrible word. It'll destroy our country. But it's not about that. It's about common sense. We want to bring common sense back in. This is all common sense that we're talking about today. And Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before, even beyond your expectations. And you are the people.
And it's I'm telling you, if you guys are paying attention, more and more pensions are adding Bitcoin to their portfolio. These little 5 to 1% increments, man, these are forever. And the compound effect is real. And based upon the histories, you know, Bitcoin chops typically 180 to 160 days after the halving. We're currently like day 90 something. So October, September, running up into the election. That's been my prediction. I think Trump's going to win. I think you're going to see the economy boom. People want this man back in office. It's going to be revitalizing. It's going to be people just want things to be normal again, where people are sick of this woke crap. And then on top of that, like these bad financial plans by the Democrats, is spending and spending and spending, and wars and wars and wars. Like, God in heaven, man, it's just unreal. Thank God. Thank God for this man. And the 2020 election, they cheated it too. There's no, like, this is the only, there's no way in hell he won. And they have absolutely cheated. There's no doubt in my mind.
People that are doing it. As we stop the war on crypto, we will immediately, and we'll do this very quickly, begin to build our economy, because when America is prospering, Bitcoin is soaring and it'll go up with it. Yep. We had the greatest economy ever, and we will soon have it again. Under the Trump administration, the typical middle-class family income rose by $6,000 a year. People don't like mentioning that. America had more money to save than at any time in many decades. As a result, during my 4 years in office, now you have to listen to these numbers. These numbers are like beautiful. And I don't want to repeat myself. Listen to these numbers. As a result, during my 4 years in office, Bitcoin surged by 3,900%. From $898 the day I took office to $35,900 the day I left. That was the
that had nothing to do with Trump, though. Let's be honest. That had nothing to do with Trump. He took office in 2017, and that was the beginning of the bull run, the 2017 bull run, when Bitcoin was about $800. That's when I bought my first Bitcoin. It was like December 2016. It was like $800. And then the bull run had nothing to do with him. He was anti-crypto. Actually, I'm pretty sure both times in 2017, he was also anti-crypto. There's tweets of that, and also 2021. But that had nothing to do with him. Full disclosure.
Biggest jump, I guess, in just about any industry. Think of that. Now compare that to just after 3.5 years of Biden and Harris, adjusted for inflation, Bitcoin is up 50%. Now 50% sounds good, but not when you're comparing it to almost 4,000%, right? 50%. You know, normally you say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's not put that into the speech. No, 50% is not good. When people can't afford groceries or rent, they have no savings to store in Bitcoin. This administration caused the biggest inflation in the history of our country. And that's what's happened. Our people are being wiped out. From the very first day we take back the White House, we will replace the Biden-Harris economic stagnation with a brand new Trump economic boom. You're going to have a tremendous boom. You know, you have a lot of great analysts out there. Scott, I'm talking about you, Scott, one of the greatest of all, and others that say the stock market's going up because they think Trump is going to be elected. And if Trump isn't elected, this country is going to go into a depression, the likes of what you had in 1929. And I hope that's not true, but I can understand it, and I can understand what they're saying. The stock market gain, they think, is because looks like we're going to win the election. And I don't know what's going to happen with the election. You know, they cheat like hell, and I don't know what's going to happen. But if we win it, this country is going to be boomtown. It's going to be booming like it never boomed before. The current administration's economic plan includes trillions in new spending and $5 trillion tax hikes. They want to increase taxes by $5 trillion. They want the expiration of the Trump tax cuts to take place. They want a wealth confiscation tax so that when you make all of your money that you're going to make and all of the people you're going to employ, they want to take away your money in the form of a first-time ever tax and a gigantic capital gains tax that will exceed substantially in many states over 50%. My plan is the opposite. We will lift the workers and we will create savers out of so many people, and we will reward success. We will not punish success. They want to punish success. They want to punish genius. I'm not going to let that happen. I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent and deliver massive tax cuts for families and individuals and businesses that produce jobs. That includes no tax on tips. You know that, right? Going to get rid of the tax on tips. I will cut unnecessary and burdensome regulations, fight every day to make America the best place on earth to build a business, including a crypto business. It's going to be the best place. You're not going to have to go to China. You're not going to have to learn, gee, how do I learn Chinese? I want to learn it very quickly. I have a little granddaughter that speaks fluent Chinese. Can you believe it? And it's a wonderful thing, but it's not easy, but you're not going to have to do it. Most importantly, for our citizens, we will end the inflation nightmare that this administration has created, and we will end it quickly. It's got to end. It's destroying our country. You know, inflation is a country buster. You can go back many, many years to Germany, and you look at what happened to Germany during their huge period of inflation, destroyed the country. It's a country buster. The Bitcoiners, and I say to you that you recognize the dangers of inflation long before most others did. You understood inflation, frankly, better than anybody else. You know that, don't you?
That is true.
If only they had listened. They didn't listen to you. They didn't listen to you. The trillions of dollars in ridiculous waste approved by our opponents resulted in the very inflation disaster that Bitcoiners had always predicted. 20, 30, and even 40% of the value of every dollar was wiped out, and wiped out quickly. You understood that, but a lot of other people didn't. The life savings of millions of Americans was rapidly destroyed. And very simply, uncontrolled inflation is a stealth taxation of the middle class. It really is. It's a stealth taxation. I call it the Biden tax. Now I'll call it the Harris tax, or the Harris-Biden tax, or whatever the hell we're going to call them. But it's a disaster. It's a tax.
Shout out to Fear is the Greatest Motivator. $10 super chat. Thank you so much for the $10, bro. Hey, MLD, earlier you said you could live off the grid with crypto. Is that really possible? If so, how would you go about going off the grid? With World War III on the horizon, I think doing this might become reality. Well, like, you'd have to find people who there are people in third world countries that will accept cryptocurrency. And if you just have a way to get paid in crypto and then live in crypto, like you can go to Costa Rica and then you'd buy like their whole food market. They accept Bitcoin everywhere. You could go to places in Vietnam. You go places in Thailand. You could go to places in Manila. There's stores in Japan where you could buy everything you want with Bitcoin at the register. For example, like Big Camera, and there's even titty bars and stuff that take crypto around here. So you just have to figure out a way to get paid, or you have to convert your money into cryptocurrency. and you have to keep an eye on the markets. This is a day-to-day job, but you could totally just be, stealth man. It's easy to do. It's not that hard at all.
So 50%, it's a 50% tax. Inflation, think of it, it's a 50% tax on people, 50. This is a human tragedy, and it's destroyed people. It's a national disgrace. It's destroyed everything in its way. It must never be allowed to happen again, and it won't. When I'm president, I guarantee you it won't happen, because we're going to do things that make sure it doesn't happen. They've allowed pricing to get totally out of control. We're going to do energy, bring it down to levels that people have not seen in many, many years. We had it at levels. We were at $1.87 for a gallon of gasoline. You don't see that right now. For 4 straight years, under my leadership, we had effectively no inflation, none. When I left office, it was 1.4%, and then it stayed there for almost 2 years. Remember when Biden said it was 9? I inherited 9%. That was just another lie. Misinformation, disinformation. We gave them a hot country. We went through the COVID. We did an incredible job. Never got credit for that. Always got credit for the economy, for the military. We rebuilt the military. We created Space Force. We did so many different things. Never got credit for that. You know what? We gave them a great country with essentially no inflation. And after 2 years, they drove this country, and they drove inflation through the roof. 2 years, cost of living went up, in some cases by over 50%. They say 22%. They like to say 22, but it could be much higher, and it is much higher depending on what they include. They don't include things like interest rates that went from 2.5% to 10%, but you can't get the money. When I return to the White House, I will stop the wild and wasteful spending of this administration. I will end the endless wars. They never stop. Again, we had no wars. We had no new wars under your favorite president, President Trump. We had no new wars. They thought I was going to start a war. Let me tell you something. I'm going to stop World War III, because we're closer to World War III than we've ever been since the end of World War II. I will seal the border and stop the invasion of millions of people pouring into our country illegally. We will totally defeat, and we will do this quickly. We will defeat inflation, and together we will bring back the American dream for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We will bring it back, the American dream. You don't even hear the statement American dream anymore. You don't hear those words anymore. We used to talk about the American dream. A lot of you people are in the American dream, but you're going to be crushed if you don't elect me. I hate to tell you. You don't elect me, you're going to be crushed. You're going to say, Alice, what a mistake it was. We went for a person who has no talent. She's been a failure at almost everything she's done instead of Trump. And look at us now. We're going to move into an extremely small house from our beautiful house. But we will end the war on American energy, and we will very simply drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We have to. It's what we have. We have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation in the world, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia. We don't use it. We don't use it. They use it. We don't use it. We go out and buy oil from Venezuela. It's amazing. But we won't stop there. We will harness American energy in all forms. I have set the ambitious goal that by the end of my term, the United States will be the #1 lowest cost of energy and electricity of any nation on earth. We can make it so inexpensively. Because of what we have under our feet, we can make it so inexpensively. And with low energy costs, America will become the world's undisputed Bitcoin mining powerhouse. You'll be a Bitcoin mining powerhouse. You will not have to move your family to China.
I don't know about that, becoming a mining powerhouse, because you got to compete with places like Russia, Siberia, other really low cost places where you could just, run these miners all day long in a cool climate, not have to worry about them being, overheating, whatever. I mean, I guess we could possibly do it in Alaska. But other than that, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what that I don't know. That doesn't seem like a legitimate promise. I could be undereducated on that, but I just don't see, because electricity is just too expensive to be profitable in America, from what I've gathered so far.
You will not be moving to China. As we implement these reforms, Bitcoin and crypto will grow our economy, cement American financial dominance, and strengthen our entire country long into the future. Many Americans do not realize that the United States government is among the largest holders of Bitcoin. Does anyone know that? How about that? The federal government is almost 210,000 Bitcoin, or 1% of the total supply that will ever exist. But for too long, our government has violated the cardinal rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart: never sell your Bitcoin, right? That's right, isn't it, huh? That's right. How did I figure that one?
Whoever wrote that speech is good.
Bitcoin. And so, as the final part of my plan today, I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. As you know, most of the Bitcoin currently held by the United States government was obtained through law enforcement action. You know that. They took it from you. Let's take that guy's life. Let's take his family, his house, his Bitcoin. We'll turn it into Bitcoin. It's been taken away from you because that's where we're going now. That's where this country is going. It's a fascist regime. And so as I take steps to transform that vast wealth into a permanent national asset to benefit all Americans, today I repeat my pledge to commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served. It's enough.
Ross Ulbricht was the founder of Silk Road, which was this website that you could use cryptocurrency to buy drugs, buy everything illegal, whatever the case may be. And he outsmarted the government for the longest time in California, of course, fucking Nazis. And they gave him a life sentence, which is just not, it's just not worth it. They're trying to make a case from this guy. They're trying to make an example out of him. And that guy should not be serving a life prison sentence. I think he's been in prison now for close to more than 10 years. Ross Ulbricht. He is currently 40 years old, and let me see. On May 29th, 2015, he was sentenced to double life imprisonment plus 40 years without the possibility of parole. That's just crazy. That's absolutely fucking crazy. So he's been in prison now for 9 years. That's a whole decade of his life gone. And that's a big talking point here for Trump. And I really, for the sake of Ross, hope that Trump wins, because that's just, I just, the United States and their jailing is just out of control. And it's all just for money. It's all just to keep the system going. It's a fucking perverse, sick system. And it's just disgusting. In every sense, the world's fucking disgusting.
It's enough. That's where we are as a country. Ultimately, my promise to each and every one of you is this: I will be the pro-innovation and pro-Bitcoin president that America needs and our citizens deserve. This will be one industry, but this will be a thriving industry, a great industry, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for every other industry also. Our nation has never thrived by trying to censor new ideas and shut down the dreams of our people. America always plants our flag on the next frontier and pushes boldly ahead. We have to do that. We haven't been doing that for a long time, especially the last 3.5 years. It's gone the exact opposite. Those of you in this room inherit the legacy of generations of American pioneers and patriots, risk takers and renegades who settled this continent, built the modern world, and lived on the bleeding edge. You live on a bleeding edge. You do know that, Bitcoiners, don't you? You are the modern day Edisons and Wright brothers and Carnegies and Henry Fords, and what you do in your lifetime stands a chance to outlive us all and inspire humanity for generations to come. This will go down as a very important day in the history of your industry. Together, you are building America's future with your own smarts, your own grit, and your own skin in the game. You have a lot of skin in the game, and that's what you're doing. It takes courage to do it. Most people don't have that.
What the hell? Who's this? I would love to come as a cautionary tale. We were friends in UCF. Who are you? And what is your agenda? We probably weren't really friends because I don't remember who the hell you are.
Courage. My job will be to set you free and to let you do what Americans do best and what you're going to do better than anybody. Win, win, win. You're going to win, win, win. With energy, passion, and brilliance like we have rarely seen before, our country can.
Yes, fear is a motivator. With a Google search, I see the IRS can track crypto. Anybody can track crypto. It's on a blockchain. That's what a blockchain is. It's a transaction history. That's all it is. But blockchain is just a transaction history. So you can see everything. Anybody can.
Cannot fail. We're in a failing nation right now, but we're not going to be for long. Our country cannot fail. With your help, we will save our nation, we will restore our republic, and we will make America and Bitcoin bigger, better, stronger, richer, freer, and greater than ever before. Thank you all. Have a good time with your Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing with. And we're going to make that one of the greatest industries on earth. Good luck, and God bless you all. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Right there. Well, where's this cautionary tale? Where is this person? Can you send me a message on Instagram, hot dude life, and don't interrupt my stream with your clout chasing? It's pretty weird. I don't know how much you guys are paying attention to crypto, but the only reason I pay attention to anything on X is related to the election and cryptocurrency news. That's it. And they are connected hand in hand. And if you just follow what's happening, if you follow what's going on in the crypto areas and what's going on, like there is a slow but incremental adaptation being happening right now. The Bitcoin ETF was only approved on January 10th, guys. January 10th, okay? Let me show you something. I'm going to show you the gold ETF chart history. Okay. The gold ETF, I don't have Instagram or Facebook. It's Katie. I don't know who Katie is. I don't know. Send me an email. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know who you are. modernlifedating@gmail.com. Send a picture. Oh, we got a donation. Thank you so much. Fear is a great motive for $10. With a Google search, I can see that IRS can trap crypto. I don't understand how, though. It's actually true, or is it side? No, they can track it, dude. Okay, let me talk about this gold chart real quick, and I'll show you guys something. Okay, so the ETF for gold was approved in 2004. Okay, take a look here. Okay. So right here, I'm gonna just get off the screen, show you guys this. Okay, so take a look here. November 1st, 2004, the first gold ETF listed on New York Stock Exchange, SDPR Gold Shares. Okay, and that was 2004. And then this thing just ripped until looks like right before 2007, like probably till 2006. So it ripped for like 2 years.
Shut up and take my money.
And that's there. And then looking at the chart even furthermore, 2011, we're all the way up here and then down, and then we had a little bit of a pullback, which is fine. And then now right after 2020 or right after 2019, rather. There's that. So with the Bitcoin ETF being approved, now the Ethereum ETF being approved, it's inevitable, man. It's inevitable for this thing to go up. So in regards to your question on the chat there, buddy, fear is greatest motivator. Okay, let me show you something. So if you want to do this is how you do it. It's pretty simple, okay? You just go to block. Let me just do this easier. Okay. It's called Block Explorer, right? And you can look up what's going on the. Here, let me just find this. This is real. This is an easy one. All you need to do is type in Blockchain Explorer, and then you'll be able to see what's going on. So here's an example. Okay. This is live right here. So the timestamp, this was the 28th at 11:55 a.m. This is my time. This is Japanese time. Transactions 3,027. Size is 144 or 1,444 kilobytes, right? And then you can just click this and just see this is the block was mined. Okay, and look, you can see this is from Coinbase to somebody. And then this is the wallet here. So this person received 3.22 Bitcoin. So you can just click on this and see, okay. And you can see this is their confirmed transaction count. So this person has done 28,000 transactions from this address. And received 28,000, sent 28,000, confirmed unspent 131 outputs, which is 848 Bitcoin, right? So you could see that this is everybody's. But you don't know who this is. You'd have to do some like serious forensic accounting to figure this out. And here's another transaction from this guy, sent 0.006 to this guy. But you can see this is all the information. So your ID, your wallet is typically this thing right here. So it would be like the government. If you were worried about the government or somebody figuring out, they would have to have your address. And there's ways to change your address, and like, it's called like washing the crypto. There's ways to do that. And with all these people recently getting arrested from Tornado Cash and stuff because of the Biden administration, that's why Trump is going so pro crypto, because they're arresting people, they're jailing people who are just trying to like make crypto work, because it's a better system than the current legal system of money that we have. The legal tender system we have is right now. Okay. So there is that. But you see, look at this. These are all the transactions. That's why it's called a blockchain. It's a chain of blocks of information. And you could do the same thing with Ethereum. You could do the same thing with Solana. It's called Sol Scan, S-O-L Scan. So yes, they can technically see out your transaction, but you're anonymous unless you have so here's how, if you have a Coinbase account, it's like I'm John Smith, and then you send from John Smith to your wallet, and then now the government knows, okay, this wallet is owned by John Smith. And then that's how they can track you down if you're doing something bad. Okay. Is it impossible to make 2 consecutive transfers detectable on purpose? Is it impossible to make 2 if you mean consecutive transfers detectable on purpose, or you mean identical? Because you could send as many transactions as you want. Listen, this is why you guys are absolutely needing to watch the Tokyo Crypto Show Season 2. We are rocking and rolling. We're going live. And I tell you what, man, it's a great show. If you pay attention, buy a special notebook, take notes. And, it is always going to be an amazing thing. Cat on your blade says, you comforted me when my dog died. I always remember that. I think I do remember you. Are you the medical school girl? I think I do remember you. Are you a doctor now? That's cool. I do remember you. You were hot. All right, that's going to do it for us today. I love you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Remember, don't forget, August 1st, it's going down for the Masculine Empowerment Network. We're going to be talking about cryptocurrency in the Masculine Empowerment Network as well. We're going to have our team and everything in there educating you guys on the whole 9 yards. So go to the masculineempowermentnetwork.com, put your best email address in right here, and then click notify me. You'll be on the waiting list. It is totally free to get on the waiting list. Okay, join us. 70 people that are added to the waiting list now. We want you to join us. We're trying to get that number up to, it was 200. Let's try to get to 300 by Wednesday. So if you're concerned about what's going to happen in the future, join a network of competent men who will take that concern away from you. And we're going to really get you on a solid life plan to really get what you want out of life so you can live a good one, not have to live a bad one. Nobody wants to live a bad life, right? Let's all live good lives. Let's all live great lives. We're all living good countries. You know what I mean? So that's going to do it for us here today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Hit me up on social media. Until then, peace out.